all, and welcome to another Gavin Entertainment video. It's Art here with my thoughts on the Season 2 premiere of Star Trek Strange New Worlds, starring Anson Mount, Ethan Peck, Rebecca Romijn, and the whole cast returns for the new season. Anson Mount isn't very much in the first episode as he goes off on a side story. This episode revolves around Spock, Ethan's Peck Spock. And it's good because you get to see him make a choice which Leonard Nimoy's older Spock may or may not have made. It's nice to see Spock get some growth. It's nice to see the crew of the Enterprise respect Spock's wishes, go along with Spock's plan, even though it's against what he was ordered to do. And he ends up saving Starfleet's rear end. Now, how we get there is both amazing, brilliant, and fun and thrilling. It's a roller coaster ride that you won't see much in Star Trek. I love Strange New Worlds because it's more episodic, like Star Trek should be. It has an overarching story that we know, because if you watch Season 1, you know there was an overarching story. We know there's a finite end to Strange New Worlds, because we know that Captain Kirk has to take over the Enterprise and go on adventures with Spock that were in the original series, because this is, of course, set before the original series. But we also know that there's a huge sandbox for them to play in. There's a gigantic sandbox for them to play in, and Akiva Goldsman plays in it quite wonderfully. I hope that they go into episode 2 and further exploring the trials and tribulations that number 1 is going through. I hope next episode we get to see Captain Pike go after whoever the legal mind is that he went after. Because that's what makes him go away, is he's helping number 1. And I hope that we see more growth. I hope that we get a more cohesive bridge crew and a more cohesive crew. I hope we get to see new upgrades and new twists and turns to the Enterprise itself. I love the set design. I love the graphics. I love how it looks old yet updated at the same time. I love all of that. I think that if they do it right, Star Trek Strange New Worlds Season 2 could be even better than the first. I'm not saying as good as Star Trek Picard Season 3, because that to me was a masterclass in how to tie something together. And do I want to see more of that? Of course I do. But I expect a lot of great things from Star Trek Strange New Worlds Season 2, because the premiere was so on point. It really focused on everybody. It focused on Spock. It focused on Nurse Chapel, Dr. M'Benga, Anson Mount for Christopher Pike, and number 1 for a little bit. It focused on Uhura. They even gave a wonderful touching tribute at the end, which I'm not going to spoil, but a wonderful touching tribute to Nichelle Nichols. And I thought that was wonderfully done. I thought that was appropriate. And the new actress that plays Uhura has a wonderful palette to play from, and an actress that can... She's an actress that can grow the character of Uhura, I think, quite nicely. I love how there's diversity within the group, because number 1 is, of course, as we know from the end of Season 1, an augmented human. I love how there's diversity within that. There's diversity within the security chief. There's diversity within Uhura. There's diversity everywhere, but you're not getting beaten over the head with it. It's not a woke message, at least not to this point. Please, Star Trek Strange New Worlds, don't make me take that back. Because the next time you guys will see a review for this will be a complete season review. But let me tell you that Star Trek Strange New Worlds Episode 1 had me on the edge of my seat. It was fun. It was thrilling. It was great. It was a roller coaster ride. It had action. It had intrigue. It had political stance, which Star Trek needs. Star Trek is a diplomatic show. It is not Star Wars. It can have battles. It can have wars. It can do all that because that is a realm of the political. But it needs to be at its core a humanitarian political show, in the sense of it needs to push Star Trek's politics forward. And I'm saying for the time that Starfleet is in, I'm not saying it needs to push the politics we currently have. It can do that if it does it subtly, and it does it properly, and it serves the story it's in. It's all about serving the story, and that's my hopes and dreams for Star Trek Strange New Worlds Season 2, is I hope to God each story crafted in probably a 10-arc season, 8 or 10 arc season, is a story that's crafted to serve the overall narrative of the show, not just be some messaging piece. You can have a little bit of messaging in it if it's done properly. For God's sake, Star Trek always has. So I'm not saying that. It just needs to not be blatantly on Front Street. It needs to serve the story of the episode and the overarching show. And if you learn a little bit, or maybe you change your mind, or maybe you think about something a little differently, that's what Star Trek is there for. It's when, like in Discovery, when they keep beating you with Mary Sue Burnham, and nothing can be saved unless Michael Burnham does it, because Michael Burnham is the second coming of Jesus. That's the problem. Because you don't know as much of the Discovery crew as you should. The show is called Star Trek Discovery, not Star Trek Michael Burnham. You know, even in Star Trek Picard, you knew more about that crew than you did the Discovery crew. That's where I think Discovery has faltered to some degree, because we don't have fully fleshed out stories for all the characters. However, in Strange New Worlds, we are getting that, and that's why I like it. I like my episodic TV. I don't mind if an episode focuses on Pike, then on Number One, then on Uhura, then on Spock. Like, you can build those episodes, and the fact that it's on Paramount Plus means you can put the episodes in longer arcs. So there's a lot that I'm expecting from Season 2. There's a lot that I want from Season 2. There's a lot that needs to happen for Season 2. But I can tell you that the premiere episode of Season 2 was at least on the right point. I'm giving it 8 cups of Earl Grey tea out of 10 for this one, for at least the first episode. Now, when it all wraps up, we'll do a full season review, and then we'll get it on the way. Let me know in the comments down below if you watched Star Trek Strange New Worlds premiere. Let me know that in the comments down below. And until next time, you know I make videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday at 12:30 p.m. Central, 10:30 a.m. Pacific, 1:30 p.m. Eastern. Please like, comment, subscribe if you want to see more. Please ding the notification bell to be notified when I upload a video. And without further ado, I'll see you again soon. And peace.